What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I have some breaking news report, and maybe you guys already heard this, but Kevin Durant, according to multiple sources, has been traded to the Houston Rockets. According to Shams Charania, the Phoenix Suns are trading two-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft, and 5 second-round picks, according to multiple sources. Of course, we all know that Kevin Durant had desired to lead the Phoenix Suns, a team that he had failed with, the second consecutive so-called super team that he helped to put together. He failed with those two teams, the Brooklyn Nets and the Phoenix Suns, especially the Suns epically. And now he runs to another, I don't want to say super team, because he's not colluding with others or not trying to put together a bunch of stars, but he's supposed to be the guy that's the difference maker, okay? Now, in theory, he should be the difference maker because the Houston Rockets took a huge jump this year. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, one of the best coached teams in the NBA with Ime Udoka, who was a head coach of the year candidate. The problem was that as good as Jalen Green is, aside from some of the off the court, peculiarities about the man, I think he averaged 20, 21 points a game, but he was offensively inconsistent. And a guy like Kevin Durant should be able, even at his advanced age, he should be able to produce offensively on a consistent level, a production that Jalen Green just could not match, not, pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant in the right system can still give you 26, 27 points a night, even at this advanced stage of his career. And it doesn't matter that he's not a great defender because the team generally is a good, actually a very great defensive team. Also, I can't help but think that the addition of Kevin Durant should help Fred VanVleet tremendously. I think Fred VanVleet is going to get he's probably going to get the best looks as far as scoring that he's had since he played with Kawhi Leonard during that championship run with the Toronto Raptors. Just because of the attention, the attention from the defenses that Kevin Durant's still going to be able to command, even, like I said, at this late stage of his career. So as far as who won the trade is concerned, I mean, I think in the short term, it's definitely Houston. Houston should go up. Well, Houston was already up there. Houston was already like a top 4 team in the West. Now they're probably going to be a top 2, minimum top 3 team in the West with Kevin Durant. Are they a championship team? Well, this is the thing. If this was a Kevin Durant that was 3, 4, 5 years younger, I would say absolutely. The problem with Kevin Durant at this stage of his career, and it's just my opinion, is that you have to be very concerned about his availability. That's something that will give anybody pause for concern. It's not even so much that Kevin Durant it's not even so much that like you worry about debilitating injuries, like basically him being lost for a year or lost for half a year, something like that. he's been having a lot more of these freakish or non-contact type injuries. And this has come, obviously, part of its age. Another part of it, is just, I think, a byproduct of him having suffered that horrendous Achilles rupture. And the fact that he's still able to play at the level he's playing is tremendous. And a lot of that has to do with the advancements in modern science, and some of it have to do with, the fact that his game just isn't predicated on athleticism, explosiveness, and him driving, him moving, around a lot, pushing off, or, he doesn't have to do a lot of that. So there's a lot less wear and tear and usage of the Achilles. So, it's a chance he may play 70 games, but it's also a chance that Kevin Durant may only appear in 30-something games. So that's one of the risk factors of getting a player this much older. But he does bring the production, the offensive production that Jalen Green cannot produce on a consistent level. Also, just by side effect, just by byproduct, I guess I should say, he brings experience, which is something that this young team really doesn't have much of outside of, a guy like Fred VanVleet who won the championship. But, KD's been a guy that has a lot of veteran experience. I tend to think because this is already a constructed team, unlike the other situations since Golden State, where he's part of the processes of establishing and building a team and one of the leaders. He knows that he's been brought here to help elevate this team. So I don't think that, he's going to, well, now that I think about it, that fits his personality. KD's not an assertive leader type anyway, so that would fit right in. I just hope that he and Amir Doka gets along. They should. And make no mistake about it, KD is supposed to be a difference maker. So if they fail to even replicate what they did this past year, that's another further indictment on KD. And even if they, go on to go to the finals or Western Conference finals or win a championship, what have you, I know people are going to all of a sudden start, praising him again, whatever. I don't know. People ride waves. At the end of the day, I still don't have the respect for him that I have players who did it the hard way, did it, the way that you're supposed to. He's a deck stacker, and I don't know, man. Guys like him and LeBron, I just don't really respect the shit that they did to get to where they got to go. As far as winning most of their titles. Actually, all their titles, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Now KD's gone. He's gone from Phoenix. And now we got to see what happens with Houston. But tell me what you guys think.